Hi Angel, how are you?
Hello.
Congratulations, 5 years.
Thank you.
And 300 students?
Yeah, around 300, yeah.
Which is fantastic, great work. And you came to the business 5 years ago as a jungle music teacher.
2006 is when I first got the job as a jungle music teacher, and music is fun. So I used to just study and study and study, and I used to stress about it, and I'd stay up nights and I'd go through and memorize every single thing and go, okay, then I pick up Bruno, and then after I pick up Bruno I say this, blah, blah, blah. And I try to memorize it, get it all down pat, and then as soon as I get into the classroom and I'm in front of the little children, it just all flowed, and I just would look at their little faces and I'd think, this is so much fun, and it was just fantastic. I've just loved every minute of it. I still do. I love it. Absolutely, it's the best job in the world.
And so how did you feel when you were deciding to take on the business 5 years ago?
I was really excited about it. I'd never owned a business before in my life, and I never even dreamt of owning a business because I've just made my living being a professional singer and never ever thought about opening a business. And so the prospect of it, I was so ignorant. I didn't even know what to be afraid of. Do you know? I didn't even know what I didn't know. I didn't even know the questions to ask. I just thought I just keep doing what I'm doing and it'll all work out. And that's the way I approach everything. That I don't really know what's going to happen, but I have enough faith in myself to think whatever does happen, I'm probably going to be able to cope with it. So there's just been one thing after another. And the very first term that I took over, I lost 2 of the teachers to do the junior keys, and I hadn't even been trained to do junior keys, so I lost my 2 main teachers that had graduated from the conservatorium and decided they wanted to go and earn money as a full-time teacher, which didn't pan out for them. But I lost 70 students in that first, from term 4 to term 1, and then we just managed to, my son came on board and started teaching, and I started teaching the older classes. Paul came down and came up and said, everybody needs to be in the class, put people, because he noticed that we had so many private students.
Right.
So he said, put everybody under 6 in a class. So that's what I did. And so within the first year, then I had like 19 classes going in junior keys. And then I've just learned how to go with it all the way, and still concentrating on the jungle musics. And now I think I love junior keys, but I'm having the most fun with Music is Fun at the moment, and all of my classes have 7 kids in them. And initially, when I first started teaching Music is Fun, if I had more than 3 children in a class, I'd feel like a hurricane had hit me. I'd think the class would finish and I think, what just happened? You know, I don't know. But now at 7, I can comfortably manage 7. Yeah.
So what, in terms of the business, what are the most significant learnings that you've had in order to help you grow the business and be successful and move your business on to the next stage?
Like all of the different learnings that I've had about how to do the bookwork, and I've had trouble with accountants and bookkeepers and trying to get all of that sorted out and everything, but the more I ask questions, the more I get the knowledge. And then
I'm
gradually educating myself, so I know a lot more now than I did 5 years ago. And then when I went to see Paul's school, I think that was probably just at the perfect time for me, because my school is getting older now, because I've had all of the students for so long and they're junior keys 4, and I don't really know how to teach creative keys, so I thought I'd better go learn how to teach that, you know. And so that's primarily why I went down to Paul's school, but I learned so much else at that time, in those couple of days that I was there, that I came away and all of a sudden everything just became clear to me, and I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this and I'm going to get this, and I had this master plan of building to 512 students and having the percentage of class to private students exactly the way I wanted it to be. And then from there I was going to open another school, and then from there I was going to open another school, and by 2022 I was going to have these 3 schools. And so then I come to the conference, and the very first day of the conference was, now this is a marketing exercise. Imagine that you've got 300 students and you want to build them to 500 students, and you've got $25,000 for the year, and how are you going to spend that? And it was absolutely the perfect exercise for me to do. So now I've come away from the conference with actual real strategies that I can really actually put into place. I've got the money to do it, I've got the know-how to do it, I'm going to learn how to do the things that I don't know how to do, but I know what it is now that I need to learn instead of just being totally in the dark. So I'm really confident that this time next year, there's going to be a huge difference. So
I think you're right. Congratulations.
Thank
again.
you very much. Thank you so
years.
much. Thank you so much for the conferences. Like, really, it is a struggle to get here sometimes, and it is a struggle to actually put yourself first instead of going, oh, I've got to manage this and I've got to look after that. But if you just take the time and go, look, everything's stopping, I'm going to a conference, because I know that the information is going to be so helpful to me. It's going to be so invaluable. I'm going to get to connect with everybody else, learn all of this stuff, that it's going to be well worth it, you know, more than worth it. So,
because it's one time of year where everybody who's doing the same thing can come together, I guess.
yeah, and people are really honest and they go, I'm not good at this, and I really want to get good at this. How do I, you know, they're not pretending that everything's fine, or they're not pretending that everything's going just beautifully for them, or they've got more people than they really have. They just go, I know that I've kind of haven't done anything in the last year, or, you know, and so it gives people an opportunity to go, well, how can we help? Do you know? And everybody does say, how can we help? So I really appreciate the opportunity that you give us all to get together and do this. It's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angel.